Hello fellow RVers, this is Gary once again with Rough Road RV Life. Got Sharon behind the camera. We're not around our RV anyway. So where has freedom brought us? Well, we are at Mesa Verde National Park. And we're going to go through here and do a tour. There are some campgrounds here. We're going to show you those and just give you an overview and a tour. There is an entrance fee to this park, and we'll see that when we go through the gates. So let's go tour.
Hey, it's Sharon popping in here from the future just to let you know that the only thing we'll be covering in this video is Morefield Campground. We will share our drive through Mesa Verde National Park in another video. So click subscribe, click the bell so you're notified when the next video comes out. So on with the tour.
So this park is right off of US 160 between Cortez and Mancos. I guess the biggest city closest to it would be Durango. And then once you get off of I-60, you'll come to the sign where we were just at, and then you'll come to the visitor center.
And if you're camping here, you do not need to come to the visitor center. You just go, there's a camp store that you check in at.
Yes.
And there's plenty of parking for your RV here. In the visitor center, of course, you've got all kinds of interpretive displays and rangers there that you can ask information. And you also have a gift shop. And there are informational kiosks on your way in that talk about the different areas of the park. But they do not sell tours here. So if you're looking for a cliff dwelling tour, you'll need to do that online. Recreation.gov.
RV parking is down here.
There you go. It is very busy up there. I had to stop filming because there were so many people and kids. And that is what the visitor center is like every day that we've been here, right?
Yes.
We haven't been in here that, oh look, we had a whole place to ourselves. This is a busy park, but it is a spread out park, so you get a sense that you're by yourself. And we're heading to the entrance station.
We have one of these.
Yes, America the Beautiful Pass is a beautiful thing when you are traveling around to national parks. Now, you can use your pass at the campground up here at Morefield Campground only if it's a dry camping situation. If you have full hookups, you do not get your discount. But it is very hard to get those full hookups because there are only 15.
There's the big mesa. That's like the iconic thing of the park, I believe. That's what you see from miles around.
For those that need to park and travel on by car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen people with toads. They'll pull in there, they'll unhook their toad, then they'll go to the park. Right,
because it says no trailers or towed vehicles beyond this point. You have to park your trailer over in that parking lot.
Right.
No vehicles over 25 feet once you get past the campground. The roads are a little windy, but they're not horrible through here. Coming up on the entrance station. So entrance fee is
$30 a vehicle, $25 for a motorcycle, and $15 for pedestrians.
They're super friendly here. Super, super friendly. No marijuana here, even though it's legal.
In Colorado.
Yep. Museums 20 miles ahead, cliff dwellings 23. And those are at speed limits of 35, 25-ish. So you will not be getting anywhere quick here. But they do have pull-offs for slower vehicles. Not that you should be driving fast, but you know, if you're just going along and sightseeing, or you're from Florida, it's nice to be able to pull off and let folks go by. Someone actually pulled off for me the other day. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
I do see a lot of people on motorcycles, like groups. I guess this is a nice ride on a motorcycle.
a beautiful road. I mean, as you can see, this part of the road
Goes up.
well, I mean, but you have a shoulder on each side. It's nice. The grades are not horrible.
This is the one big switchback.
No stopping, no parking.
And no
Rock
playing
slide
with
area.
falling rocks.
Yeah. And I've driven on this road and you can see the rocks laying around there. So rocks falling down is a thing. There is a little overlook up here, not too far, before you get to the campground. The campground's called Morefield Campground. And from there, you can take a trail. There's a camp store. They have all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast for $9.95, I think it is. There's actually a fueling station up there. The prices were not bad. And showers and laundry. So that's where the shower house is and laundry facilities. Because there's, well, over 100 campsites. What was it? 2-something? I don't know. There's a lot of campsites up there. And all but 15 of them are all dry camping. No water, no electric. Okay, here's Morefield Village and Campground.
There we go.
It's in Morefield Canyon. And we're going to show a little bit of this park. It is so huge. And I'll fill you in on all the details as we drive by. Shower house and all straight ahead. And the camp store and that cafe is a Knife Edge Cafe. It is outdoor though. The one time we went there, it was so cold.
There's the general store.
Yep. They have all kinds of souvenirs in there and blankets for $14.99, which was amazing. There's a trail right there. I think that goes to I don't know where it goes. Yeah. And this is an unmanned fuel station right here. You can get your fuel. Because you will use it on these mountain roads.
Go around against the...
And that is where you register for the campground. Campground straight ahead. Well, there are several loops, and
To me, they all about look the same.
they did all look the same. One is designated a tent loop, and because we had a larger rig, they told us, we asked, and they told us, you can pick your sites. Here, here, and here are good. You're not assigned a site, so what happens is when you come here, there's a deer, and that's what you'll see here. Goodbye, my friend. He's like, I'm out. So you make your reservation, but you are not assigned a site. There is a dump station and where you can get your potable water. I think we saw 2 dump stations, right? Yeah, there's another one up here. There's one of the trails on my to-do list, the Prater Ridge Trail. And then right to your left is the
Dump station.
Yeah, dump station and water fill. The Pueblo Loop is a tent camping loop. So I guess I'm not going to do the whole thing because these loops are huge. So there's the restroom. No showers. Here's the Zuni Loop, the Tal Jamez Loop.
I guess we'll try the Zoomy Loop.
Trying to show you an area that's not occupied. There are a lot of tent campers out though. There's another bathroom. So here, site 2 does have a...
There's
Anyway,
34.
These are more out in the open here, but back there was some up in the trees. There's a little path to the village store. But you know, it's your basic picnic table. Fire ring, fires aren't allowed. I'm pretty sure still not allowed. And tent pad.
It's 44.
Oh, I do see around the food storage boxes. Looks looks like every site has one. Because there are bears in this area.
And if you do not keep your food locked up, they will confiscate it.
Yeah, they're pretty serious about the bears around here, which is right. Be responsible, because once animals get used to the food source, they're a dead animal. So you've heard a fed bear is a dead bear, which is true. Because then they lose their fear of humans, and they're a threat to humans. So you can see, there's just all kinds of campsites along here. Some are out in the open, some are tucked away. But if you're a tent camper, it's not a bad place.
Just pick one and put your taken sign on it.
Yeah. That's what you do. You drive around, you pick your site. Okay, so for a tent camper, it's not a big deal, right? We'll learn in a minute why it's a bigger deal for those of us with a little bit more length, right?
Right.
So the only thing about driving around to find your site is most of these roads are one way. So once you go down, you're kind of committed till you can get back out of it.
You have to go round and round.
Yeah. Okay, next is Ute Road Camping. And this is campsites 139 to 222. This one, we were told, probably would not accommodate us. This is also the one with the full hookup sites. So I guess if we had full hookup, they look pretty nice size.
Yes.
There's the bathroom. So these are the full hookup sites right here, right?
Yes.
And this is where they start?
Right in here.
Yep. So, we would definitely fit there. It's 151, 153. They're kind of right out here in the open, 155. But here's the other sites on the other side. It's okay, you don't have to.
The other day, this was full.
Yep. But it was a weekend.
Yep.
But it is full anyway, because we tried to book a site over here and we couldn't. 161.
And be sure to check the take-in signs and make sure the date is correct.
Yeah, because
Some people will leave and don't take their take-in down.
Yeah. So now are we out? No, those are still full hookups on the left.
They go on around.
But we're getting into where you can start seeing soon some of the primitive sites. Get a little bit more up the way here. But here on the right are just the primitive, no water, no electric. 180 we just passed. So you can get an idea of.
And I believe that's where the electric stops, is right back before the curve.
Yeah. So I mean, these are a little shorter, but there are some that are a little bigger. That's a service road. Here's 189. That's really small. So some of these are obviously for tents, you can tell, or small campers that can pull off or vans.
It's a path to the amphitheater.
Yeah, it's with people walking. So just a quick look at the Ute area, and I can see why they told us not to come here, because the only sites that I saw really that could accommodate us were the full hookup sites, which were booked.
How do you like that cliff in front of us? Or that mountain?
That's awesome.
Or that mesa? Mesa, or is it a butte? Or is it a plateau?
We have two more loops to check out. This one is the Hopi Road. And we were told these sites up here, sites 223 to 351, these sites are more suitable for big rigs. There's a Roby loop that way and the Walpi loop that way. Well, these are the ones on the ones on the outside, we were told in this area, I think more on the left side would accommodate bigger rigs. right through here. So it's 297 right there. So you can see they are a little overgrown. They're significantly unlevel. It's like
they're here.
They're rustic.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. They're rustic. We liked our site. We were happy. So, but just so you gotta get an idea, they say you can go. Now here's the Hanno Loop. That you can get a 46-foot RV in here. It may be on those ends, perhaps. And on the end of one of these looked like it had some pretty deeper sites. Here's 326, just as
maybe. I don't know.
It's unlevel. We would have to put some blocks down. A lot of these are a little slopey. And then you have some that obviously are only for tents, like those right up there. And pull-offs. So if you're thinking about coming here, hopefully this will give you an idea of what you got to look forward to.
Or you can pull straight in.
Yeah. That's the beauty of no hookups.
Depending on where you want your view.
There's 268. 272 to the right. 274. So anyway, and then some of these are very short, as you can see right there. But you just drive around and pick, and it's not crowded. It hasn't been since we've been here.
No, I've never seen it full.
Even on the weekend. Even on the weekend, there's plenty to choose from. Now, if you have a bigger rig, you might have less options to choose from. So just keep that in mind. There's plenty of sites, but not every site can accommodate a larger rig. We are 33 feet. And the last loop here is another one that was recommended for larger rigs. Is Apache Road, campsites 352 to 395. So 352, that was our happy home right there. And we managed. So these right up here, we were told, are the deepest sites, but you can see they're a little unlevel.
Yeah, there's a bounder.
Yeah. Generator hours are from 8 till when?
8 o'clock at night.
Till there's a deer. That's a cool thing about here. The deer are just around. There it is, right in the road. Oh, 2 of them. All right, so here's like something 37 there, 381. So you can see these, and when we drove through here before, all these were taken through here, and this end up down here. So you can see the sites that might be a little bit bigger are, you know, they're, of course, they're the first to be snatched up. This one was 390 and 391. And there's others on the inside, but you see what you have to deal with. You might have to level a little bit. They do have ADA sites. And there's a bathroom and trash to our left. Okay. We are good. And the amphitheater is back that way, just so you know, in case there's a program. All right, this is a trailhead. Beautiful sunsets out this way, we're told. And dogs are not allowed on that trail. There's a lot of trails here that dogs aren't allowed on, but they are allowed on the Longhouse Trail. So there you have it, our little tour of the road going to Morefield Campground and Morefield Village and Campground. Now, here is the good about this park. It's scenic, and you are right in Mesa Verde, so you're a little bit closer to the tours and the overlooks and the places like that, the hikes. You're very close to some of the hikes, a little further away from the other hikes, but keep in mind that everything in Mesa Verde is about an hour away. An hour away. There's the Weatherill Mesa area, and then there's the other main area. So we'll cover more of that in our next video when we share Mesa Verde, and we're also going to share Mesa Verde RV Park, where we also ended up going. So the good about Mesa Verde, there are deer everywhere. I mean, even in our little drive-through, there were a couple of deer that passed by, and there was another one that I had just cut out. They do have an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast right there in the Morefield Village, so you can check that out. I think it was like $9.95. The day that we were there, the one morning we could do it, it was like super duper cold, and it is outdoor seating, so that didn't work so well. And we found the camp store folks to be very nice folks. Now, the not so good from Morefield Campground, and it just seems like these sites are forgotten sites. There seems to be no maintenance. They're overgrown, they're unlevel, and they're on the smallish size. So I expect they've probably been around a long time, back when RVs were not as big as they are. We have a 33-foot RV, which is not considered really big. However, if you have a larger rig like that, you are limited on the sites that you have available to you. So while there is plenty of availability, a lot of these sites are for tent campers or pop-ups or smaller campers, and usually the sites, they will tell you where the sites are that might accommodate your rig, but they're going to be on 2 loops and on the ends and typically out in the sun. So we liked our site. We did get level. It's very small and it was overgrown, but it had an awesome view of the hill in front of us and the cliffs around. If you want to take a shower, you have to head over quite a ways away to Morefield Village to the shower house. It is not in the campground loops, and there are several campground loops as we showed you. So that's another little drawback, because this is a dry camping situation, except for like 15 sites. There's a handful of sites that have hookups, and those are like impossible to get. But if you get one, that's great. Some of them can accommodate a bigger rig. Know that it's a dry camping situation, and you're paying a pretty premium price for that dry camping situation just to be in Mesa Verde. Verizon does not work stellar there, but it worked enough for what we needed, and Wi-Fi is limited. So just plan on enjoying nature when you're at Morefield Campground. All in all, we enjoyed our stay there. Stay there at least one night. We had to leave early. We had 2 or 3 days planned there, but we had generator issues. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out over here. Is it over here? Yeah, over here. Basically, our generator quit, and we had to go to Mesa Verde RV Park a few days early. We were going there anyway, but for just a little bit more money, you have a full-service park, a hot tub, a pool, and all the amenities, and it's only 5 miles up the road, so it's not that much further out of the way. My tip though is, regarding Mesa Verde, if you're trying to get one of those hookup sites, book early, and if you're interested in taking a tour, one of the cliff dwelling tours, book early. They do book up. Keep an eye on this channel for our complete tour of Mesa Verde National Park, and with some highlights of some of the cliff dwelling tours. It's a great place to visit. Plan for several days there. There's so much to see and do, and if you like to hike, there are a lot of hikes there. So this is Sharon, Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. We hope to see you on the road. Safe travels.